Hey there, and thanks for watching this tutorial video for When a Man Loves a Woman. Now in this video, we're going to take a look at the chords you'll need to play both on GCEA soprano, concert, and tenor ukulele, and then also DGBE baritone ukulele. I just want to make a note that on my website, ukestuff.info, I put this helpful sheet, if you're interested in finding it, that in the tutorial section where you can look up this tutorial and it can help you with these notes if you'd like to look at them at a later time. Also, on the description below, I will put timestamps that will take you to different areas of the video, such as GCEA chords, DGBE chords, and strumming. So feel free to use those timestamps below to jump to a different spot on this video. With that said, let's take a look at the chords you'll need for GCEA ukuleles. And I always try to talk about the ukulele that I'm using before I start a video. In this one, I'm going to be using my Bruce Wii ukulele. It's a concert ukulele that I fell in love with. I bought it when there was some rumor that Bruce was sick and was going to stop making ukuleles. They're still available. Here in the US, you can buy these by going to eBay and bidding on them. Some of them start off at low auctions, some of them are buy it now prices. As a disclaimer, it's kind of a mixed bag, especially in the past with Bruce's instruments. Some people have bought them and experienced cracking because the wood was too green when they bought it. This one I've had over 2 years now, and it has been nothing wrong with it. It has a very sweet tone. It's got a thinner body than most of my concert ukuleles, so it's not as deep, but it is a joy to play. It's very comfortable to play, and it has some really nice features such as a side sound port. Of course, being a classical musician, I love the F holes on the front, and also has a really nicely binded edge on the fretboard. So I've really liked this instrument, and keeping it humidified through the winter where I live near Minnesota. I live in Wisconsin near Minnesota. I haven't had any problems with it, so I would recommend it. I like this instrument a lot, but some caution as other people have had some problems in the past. So just disclaiming that so you don't run out and buy one without knowing that. Now, there are 6 chords that you need on GCEA ukulele, so let's take a look at those 6 chords. The first one is the C chord, 3rd finger generally, 1st string, 3rd fret. Next chord is the A minor chord. 2nd finger reaches to the 4th string, 2nd fret. Make sure your thumb is behind the neck. And the next chord I call the waterfall chord. It's the E minor chord. So on the 1st string, if you put the 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and that's it. That's your E minor chord. The next chord is the F chord. It requires 2 fingers. 1st finger goes on the 2nd string 1st fret. 2nd finger goes on the 4th string 2nd fret. That's your F chord. The 5th chord is the G7 chord. So what we're going to do is put the 1st finger on the 2nd string 1st fret, just like the F. 2nd finger is going to go to the 3rd string 2nd fret, and 3rd finger is going to go to the 1st string 2nd fret. That's your G7 chord. And the final chord you're going to need is the D7 chord. Now, this actually isn't a D7 chord. We call it the Hawaiian D7. And the reason why I say it's not really a D7 is because there's no D in the chord. But our ear often provides it either from the bass of the song or from the melody of the song. So it's okay to do this. So it's called the Hawaiian D7. A lot of times in the book it just shows as D7. 1st finger goes on the 4th string 2nd fret. 2nd finger goes on the 2nd string 2nd fret. And that's your D7 or Hawaiian D7 chord. All right, for baritone DGBE, these are the 6 chords you need for the song. The 1st chord is the C chord. 1st finger will go on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 2nd finger will go on the 4th string, 2nd fret. That's your C chord. Now, don't move your fingers, okay? And just add the 3rd finger to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and that's your A minor chord. But if you took off your fingers, let's build that one from scratch. 1st finger goes on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 2nd finger goes on the 4th string, 2nd fret. 3rd finger goes on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. That's A minor. The next chord is the E minor chord. The 2nd finger actually stays where it's at. So if you just let go of the 1st finger and the 3rd finger, if you can do that, that's your E minor chord. But otherwise, second finger reaches across to the 4th string, 2nd fret, E minor. The next chord is really, quite honestly, the hardest chord to play in this song. It's the F chord on baritone. You'll have to make a bar chord or a partial bar chord with the first 2 strings. You cover strings 1 and 2 at the 1st fret with your 1st finger, with your thumb supporting underneath like that. Okay, that's not the F chord yet. Then you add the 2nd finger to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Then you add the 3rd finger to the 4th string, 3rd fret. I got a little bit of buzz there. There we go. That's your F chord. Now, if you're not great at the F chord, don't give up. Start with just the last 2 strings. Then add the top 3 strings, strings 1, 2, and 3. Then when you're finally ready, do all of them together. Build to it. So in this song, if you see an F chord, don't freak out. Worst comes to worst, just play the last 2 strings with 1, 1 at the top. The next chord is the G7 chord. 1st finger, 1st string, 1st fret. And the last chord is the D7 chord. The 1st finger goes on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 2nd finger goes on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. 3rd finger goes on the 1st string, 2nd fret. That's your D7 chord. As it comes to strumming, the song is in 12/8 time, which is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you're going to have an emphasis on 1, 4, 7, and 10. Or you can think of it as just being in 4 with triplet subdivisions with an emphasis on each major beat as well, going 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. So no matter what you play as a strum, you need to bring out those main beats or those main beats along without the subdivisions. So let me show you what that sounds like. Starting on the C chord, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, go. Now, you need to bring out a little heavier each major beat, and then also your hand shouldn't get tired from this. I always rest my arm on my ukulele while I'm playing and let my wrist do most of the action so that I'm not trying to go up and down with my whole arm. And if you do that, this becomes a very comfortable pattern. Now, let's try that with the actual changes. Now, if you get lost going from C to E minor, that's really the biggest change. Just get it as soon as you can, but try to be there. If you need to, let go of the last C chord early to get to the E minor. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the C. The other way that you could strum this would be to play it in 4 with a shuffle strum going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Let's try that on the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if playing every beat of the 12/8 is too much for you, try that shuffle strum. Let's do it in context with the actual chords. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down. One more time. And stop. So quite honestly, that's all that you need to know to be successful with the song. The chords are generally pretty easy. The biggest challenge on GCEA is probably switching over to the E minor chord. On baritone, it's playing the F chord. And follow either that 12/8 down strum or that shuffle strum, and that's all that you really, again, need to know. Again, please feel free to visit ukestuff.info and check out the tutorial page for a copy of that cheat sheet. and we will catch you next time.